Look, lover or hater, Senator Warren is amazingly effective. And she's most effective at controlling certain agencies. And the way she does that is controlling who goes in to run those agencies. So whether it be the CFTC or the SEC or the OCC or the FTC. And if you noticed, she came out real early and real hard for Kamala Harris for president. So this concept of, oh, President Harris wins and everything changes, I'll tell you one thing that I don't think is going to change is Senator Warren gets to decide who runs the SEC. And Senator Warren isn't interested in being helpful to crypto. She isn't interested in defining what is a security, what isn't a security, what is DeFi, what isn't DeFi, what can be done, what can't be done, how do we bring innovation in this country. She hates all of it. So I don't see anything changing in a Democratic administration. Could even potentially get worse, although that's certainly not my hope, and I'm not fear-mongering. But I just don't see things getting better.
Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and that was Tom Farley, the CEO of Bullish. That's a digital asset exchange with a license out of Gibraltar. He was joined by Ripple's Stu Alderati, the chief legal officer, and Dan Gallagher, the chief legal officer of Robinhood. Yeah, that was a great panel, and I want you to listen to the comments that came from Stu and Dan. Just about 60 seconds. Have a listen.
So our panel is indeed about crypto and the financial markets. But before we can get there, Stuart, you and I were talking ahead of this, and you said, you don't get to robust crypto market infrastructure without getting some permission from regulators first.
Ripple has always been a compliance-first company, and we've been around for 12 years. And we have always engaged with regulators and policymakers, and we're doing it so again this election cycle. Both with the Republicans and the Democrats. We showed up at the RNC convention, we showed up at the DNC convention. We have met with the Trump campaign, we have met with the Harris campaign. Trump clearly, and the RNC clearly has been very vocal. You look at their platform statement from their convention, 16 pages, one paragraph, clearly on crypto, saying we're going to stop the US war on crypto and make the US the crypto capital of the world. The Harris campaign has not been so public, but privately, they have said that they are interested in hitting the reset button.
If Trump wins, crypto wins. If Harris wins, Stu, to your point, whatever they whispered to you, take it with a grain of salt. Remember that reset button in Moscow, too. Didn't really work so well.
And speaking of Robinhood, I completed this video about 3 days ago, and it was with the Robinhood CEO, you can see him there on the left, and Bitstamp's Ava. It was filmed by XRPL Commons. No doubt if you spend any time on YouTube, or if you are on the X platform, you saw my mashup clip that just went viral. And it is, well, something that I clipped up because derivatives, especially futures contracts, are so big in the crypto sphere. 230 billion is the estimated market value annually. And yes, XRP can be used to improve liquidity. It could be a go-to asset for that bridge. So the fact that Ripple is involved in helping Bitstamp create that derivatives platform was pretty big news. But as you know, that video of Ava was taken dark. It was pulled. So I think that information that came out was not intended to be public, or at least not yet. And then moving right along, speaking of XRPL Commons, they had a town meeting that took place last night. I did enjoy Vet's presentation. It was good. And if you missed it, we were told that it will be uploaded onto the XRPL Commons YouTube channel. You can find that here. It is a channel that, gosh, needs a lot more subscribers, only 532 thus far, and they've put out 67 videos. It's one of the reasons I use it is because I found that Ava video. A new Ripple Insights Going Cashless Stablecoins Payments 101 was uploaded. This is a very insightful article. Let me just highlight the one point that stood out for me. It's this paragraph here. Because stablecoins are built on distributed ledger technology, they offer programmability to payments via smart contracts, which can inspire useful product or service innovation and link the traditional Web 2 economy with the future of finance, Web 3.0. We're going to hear from David in just a few hours, and it will be about why he changed his mind regarding smart contracts on the XRP Ledger mainnet. And I'm sure, well, we'll have to see if I'm correct or not, but I'm sure part of that pivot is because programmability, having the smart contracts on the layer 1 for stablecoins, is really a must. You have to stay competitive and relevant. And yeah, I think this is one of the key reasons why we have a pivot. And why such a strong pivot? Well, Tether's USD Tether supply is at 118 billion, and check it out, they are now 75% of the market share. Wow, it's just incredible. 400 million in revenue in just the past 30 days. And I know many of you were just so angry with me when I said Tether is not going anywhere soon. And I'm telling you, it's not. They have created a T3 financial crime unit in collaboration with law enforcement. They've already frozen over 12 million in USD Tether on Tron that have been tied to illicit activities. They're working with TRM Labs. TRM Labs is a huge collaborator with Ripple. In fact, I've always said that I think Ripple's going to acquire them, but that's for another day, another story, another video. I had a first for me the other day. I was using Grok, which I really love. I know that there's so many now AI choices out there, but I found Grok is super fast and it's doing a good job. But for some research leads that I was looking for, I found that some previous research that I had done showed up actually as a source. I want to tell you guys, be careful out there. Don't believe everything you read. So if you're using these AI platforms, double, triple, quadruple check. And sticking with AI for a moment, I'm really disappointed in Link 2. You know, I really enjoyed Ray Fuentes when he was giving us updates with clips on the X platform. And for now, Link 2 using an AI voice is just, well, leaves me feeling very flat. There's also a big event happening in Singapore. Yeah, arguably the biggest crypto conference is occurring now in Singapore, Token 2049. You know, I just couldn't believe this. Just guess how many side events that they have. Well, I'll give you just a clue so you can maybe get a reference point. WebX in Tokyo had about 50 or 60 side events. This conference has over 750 side events. One of those attractions is the karate combat. I can't say that I'm a big fight fan. I'm a huge sports fan, so I guess when it comes down to any sort of competition, yeah, I enjoy the watch. And I'm really going to especially enjoy the outcome, and I hope I get to watch it live. As they say, they're going to stream it. Jenna X is going to be participating. It's Jenna versus Snack, which is Jung Snack. Yeah. Oh, this space. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, isn't it? Well, I see they've started streaming live, so I'm going to wrap up this video here pretty quick, and I can't wait. I'm going to watch a little of this, and I'm also going to be listening in on David Schwartz talking about the smart contracts on the mainnet in just a few hours. Oh, look at that. This is good. Yeah, I really want to watch this. Before I let you go, I know many of you on the other side of the world just had your big harvest moon, and ours was beautiful here in Tokyo. Really, really spectacular. My favorite creative miniature artist, Tatsuya Tanaka, did something to celebrate the harvest moon, but look at how he actually created this image. Shooting it from above, it's a whole different look, isn't it? Hugo just completed his talk at Token 2049 in Singapore, I saw on X, and I'm going to let him take you out. Just 4 minutes, and you want to hang in there because this will tell you exactly why Flare and their oracles is so superior. It's the value proposition, not all of it, but a good portion of it. And it's one of the reasons why I'm such a huge fan. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.
Firstly, to understand an existing oracle, you have to understand it as an application that is not native to the chain you're using. It's essentially an external service of which the chain, let's say Ethereum or any of the L2s, they have no idea really what, the chain itself knows nothing about the oracle. There's no guarantees that derive from the chain around the oracle. And there's no guarantees how many, whether the oracle will still be part of the service tomorrow. It might be, it might not be. There's no guarantees around how many validators or what they're not actually validators, they're nodes, are providing you a price. And so what you have with existing oracles is a situation where there aren't clear security guarantees. The situation gets worse when you think between the largest oracle providers, the worst provided price has only 5 nodes that are contributing to that price. That's an extremely small set of people who need to be malicious in order to damage that price. And these oracles are securing roughly $40 billion worth of value, securing in inverted commas, because the reality is we've built something worse than TradFi, right? So when I go and put a trade on in TradFi, the people I trade through, they have a legal obligation towards me to give me a fair price. When you're using DeFi, there is no obligation on your oracle to give you a correct liquidation price or a correct entry price. So fundamentally, what's been built so far gives you a worse set of guarantees than if you were just using TradFi. And to me, that seems completely berserk.
Yeah, it's ass backwards. The whole, we're trying to build a better solution than TradFi.
And so in crypto, you don't have legal guarantees. We don't want legal guarantees. We want software guarantees. We want guarantees that come from the theory and the practice behind decentralization. We want for our systems to be as secure as, proof of stake. And so that's where the idea behind building a layer 1, where the oracles are part of the chain and secured in the same way as the chain is secured, really came from. And we have 2 core oracles. One is called the Flare time series oracle. That's for time series data, which to all intents and purposes is price data. And the Flare data connector. So that's for Web 2 data and Web 3 data. So we can prove onto the chain an event from another blockchain like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and L2, any of the other chains that we're connected to. We can prove an event from Web 2 API, like indeed the outcome of a sporting match or the outcome of the debate. So, we could potentially take the Fox News or the ABC or news scores on the debate, and we could settle something based on the aggregation of those scores. And we can do that on Flare using EVM smart contracts, because it's an EVM layer 1. And we can do that where the data is secured by the weight of stake on the network. And this is fundamentally not the case with existing oracles. I challenge anyone to look into the existing oracles and find me a true security mechanism. They don't exist.